Hello fellow scrub lifers, it's your girl Amy. I just got back from work, so I'm a bit subdued, if you will. I'm actually very tired. I worked the night shift. I don't know what I'm thinking. For the last 13 years I've always done day shift, but in the past year I've been trying out the night shift, and it takes some getting used to, messes with your circadian rhythm, I'm told. But anyway, trudging on. So something I wanted to talk about, and I know as a scrub lifer you all have experienced this one way or the other, and it's all about being short-staffed. Seriously, I believe for every scrub lifer, we love what we do. We love our patients, and most of the time we do like the people we work with. I said most of the time, it's not all the time. I love the people I work with. I have been blessed to be a part of a good teamwork. I've also had the misfortune to work with certainly very crappy people who don't care about teamwork. And I can tell you right now, teamwork trumps everything. There's nothing like teamwork. It makes your job bearable. It makes the work smoother, and it makes you more productive, in my opinion. So I wanted to talk about being short-staffed today because I worked short-staffed. Many times I do, as you all know, and it's so frustrating because there's so many things you want to do. When you're in training, when you're in the classroom, you find that there's so many stuff you're taught, right, about caring for your patients, or as in many places they're called residents, because we're actually working in their homes. Homes as in if it's a nursing home or rehabilitation center or a long-term care facility. Nobody uses nursing home anymore, really. It's not the politically correct term to use. Or you're actually in their private homes, you are walking, it's where they live. This is where they are now, so you've got to be very respectful of it. So subsequent episodes I'm going to touch on those factors, but I wanted to talk about being short-staffed and how draining and distracting it can be. It stops you from being at your best, because what you're doing is actually doing too many things and not doing any one thing to satisfaction. Talked with other scrub lifers, and they are of the same opinion, and we are going to be listening to some of my colleagues that I had the honor of interviewing, and they are of the same mind. Be you a nursing aide, be you a nurse, medical doctor, dental assistant, lab worker. You know, it's working short-staffed makes healthcare workers stressed. It makes you hungry because you don't have time. Many a times I don't have time to eat because I'm constantly working, I'm constantly trying to make sure that I give my best to my patients, but I'm wearing myself thin. So what eventually happens, or inadvertently happens, is that healthcare workers become sick. It makes you sicker, it makes you weaker, it makes you short-tempered, it makes you distracted. I know I mentioned that earlier on, but it does take all these things and more from you. Therefore, you're not able to do your job because you're interfacing with all the interdisciplinary teams. You're interfacing with physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, all that rehab teams. And then you've got the pharmacy, you've got the doctor, you've got the labs. and then you've got the family members, and then you've got, you know, all these things that are coming at you, and then you also have to deal with the politics of where you work. So it's like, seriously, what role do you want me to play? So when I have to wear many hats like this, then I think the most important person, the focal point of this whole teamwork or team of caretakers is somehow lost in the shuffle. Why? Because we are all not giving each our best. I believe because of all the tugs and pulls and distractions and expectations that are not real, because again, time is of the essence, then the ultimate person we all care for is actually at a disservice. That is my take on it. Working short-staffed is such a killer. I wanted to get that out of the way. I am exhausted. You would think that working the night shift will be easier because I've worked day shift, and I do know I am guilty. I was one of those day shift nurses that was quite the snub, because I thought night shift nurses really didn't do anything, because that's usually the narrative. Well, I've been on the other side. That is hogwash. Okay, there's a lot to be done at night. Yes, there's not a lot of traffic, and I think that's the big thing. The offices are closed, management isn't there with you, but there's just so many care and medication and nursing intervention and all the things you have to do that keeps you on your feet. The main difference to me is that you're just not having a lot of foot traffic with all the staff that is not typically nursing. That's just it. But you know, your residents are still there. You're not going to say because it's night time and so you're not going to care for, I mean, it's still the same people, you know. Yes, they might be sleeping, but not all the residents or patients sleep at night. Emergencies also happen at night. People still want what they want at night or at daytime. So I think it's actually quite misleading to think that, you know, night nurses don't do anything. Okay, at a later day I'm actually going to talk about that. I'm going to have both night and day shift nurses talk about the differences, and I've been on both sides, so I do know what it is, but it would be nice to have other people give me what they think or actually talk about it. So please subscribe, let me know what your thoughts are on this, leave your comments, and if there's any topic you want me to talk about, let me know. Write to me. You can reach me at my email is scrublifer18@gmail.com. scrublifer18@gmail.com. I hope my voice sounds okay, because I'm so poofed right now. I am so tired right now, but I wanted to come on and just vent. I've been working short-staffed again. It's actually quite, it's quite tasking. It's a lot. It's a lot to ask of any one person. 2 or 3 is never enough. I don't know what the politics or what the business side is, but I'm curious to talk to business owners and those in management. I really would like to have someone come on my show and we have a forum where we can talk. That's what Scrub Life TV is about. So it's not just my opinion. I have the honor of also doing some of my colleagues, fellow Scrub Lifers, and this is what they had to say. Let's take a look.
Well, when I really think about working in a place like this, a nursing home, this kind of setting, the first thing that always comes to mind is how understaffed we are, like compared to other professions. Like if you're at a restaurant, you have a lot of people there. There's team effort. You don't see that a lot in nursing homes. It's more of a you can do it yourself kind of thing. And then that's where you come in, you start really thinking about it, and then they expect so much from you. There was a nursing home recently that was on the news for abuse and neglect, and I really think that it partially was due to understaffing. When you become understaffed, and you get to the point that there's maybe 30 patients per aide, I could see where it could be hard to pick up things off the floor or adequately change people, or for that matter, showers become a big deal because showers take 30-40 minutes, and when you have 3 or 4 showers a night and you have 30-40 people to change, it becomes difficult. It really does. And these places expect that, and they expect mouth care, they expect every 2-hour turns, and on top of that, they're like, well, guess what you also get to do? To get people up in the morning, and there's 3 or 4 people, that's 20 to 30 minutes. That adds up to 3 or 4 hours of your work time. But between those 3 to 4 hours, you got to change those people every 2 hours. And if you forget that, you know, that's a write-up, that's abuse, that's neglect per Ohio standards. And then you're understaffed. So what, in essence, what do you do? What do you do to resolve that? You try to get more people in, but they're paying them a base rate of $11 or $12 an hour, which is what they pay people at a service desk to cash your check. And we're taking care of people. We're taking care of breathing, you know, people that have thoughts and opinions. And
management. And I don't like the staffing situation. Let's see. Yeah, it's people they don't think what they're doing when they do it. We're missing a third person that we barely get to have. So things like that.
Well, one of the things that frustrate me about nursing is being understaffed and, you know, management not helping or seeming to care because they're not the ones passing meds. Another thing that frustrates me is, you know, if you get offered to come in for a bonus, I expect to get my bonus. Don't tell me you're going to give me a bonus and then not give it to me. Or if I volunteer to come in and help from 7 to 11 and then I can't leave at 11 because there's no one there to replace me. So then my license are on the line if I leave. I don't like being lied to. Management lies a lot. But that was all in my old job. Where I'm at now, I'm pretty happy. It's stress-free.
Interesting. There's more, you know, and I'm going to upload more because there are more people I interviewed, and they're going to be talking about, you know, as other shows, other episodes come on, I'm going to let you know what people's thoughts are. So until I come your way again, the next episode, please stay tuned and make sure you support this channel. If you want me cranking out these videos, subscribe, share this link, get all the scrub lifers on board. We have a lot to talk about. People need to know about us, that we are real people outside of our scrub life. The other things that we do. So until I come your way again, love each other, love your patients. It's a blessing to get older. It's a blessing to see a new day. A new day is a gift. So that's my parting shot. Until I see you again, mwah, mwah. Bye. Okay, that's it. That's it.
I'm not doing that.
You know what? Let's see viewpoints from, you know, or the where we get viewpoints from, you know, different facets of healthcare. Let's see what is, you know, some others have to say. Asking. So it's not just my viewpoint. So what's your pet peeve? What is it that you hate about your job?
What?
So what's your pet peeve? Go ahead. Keep talking.
Are you restarting it?
You can skip.
My biggest pet peeve when it comes to working in a place like you know, a nursing home or out in the medical field is you are always understaffed. It always happens. Showers, and then you get to.
So what are your pet peeves? What bothers you about your job?
Ahead of them or behind them for that matter.
Action.